Bill Webb, and when I left the Navy in 1978, I was a lieutenant. The first summer after plebe year, I had a summer cruise on the USS Columbus. The size of it, I had my boating experience, but it was, little boats on Lake Williamstown, and to see a massive guided missile cruiser, oh my gosh. I was very organized with the size, the complexity, and how well organized things were. They had us do all the dirty little jobs they had been procrastinating on, and we've got some midshipmen on board. Great. Had a friend who was on the Oklahoma City, which was one of the older cruisers. I was on the Columbus was a guided missile cruiser. It was more state-of-the-art, whereas the Oklahoma City still had teak decks. And they of course weren't varnished, they were raw teak. They made those guys get out with the old Holy Stones, and every midshipman had a stick and a Holy Stone. They'd get out and sing dirges and scrape the teak. But I didn't have that. We were in the enlisted men's berthing space, so I think the bunks, if I recall correctly, were probably stacked from floor to ceiling about 4 high. So you had enough room to slide in, but that was it. Once you were in your rack, you couldn't sit up. You had to lay out. Food was fine. I had modest expectations, and they were, so my culinary expectations were low. They were more than that. That was fine. We went to the Caribbean, went to Puerto Rico, Ponce, Puerto Rico, and there was San Juan and Ponce. Of course, those were both had ports. Ponce, of the two, was the very classic, traditional, legendary part of the city, whereas San Juan was more metropolitan. It was like a time warp to go into Ponce, Puerto Rico in 1966 with all the traditions and local culture. It was an experience. Did Navy stuff. We got to shoot some missiles and got to shoot the guns, chip some paint, and went to New Orleans, which was a